The story of Naruto Uzumaki is one that can be described as having a cliche storybook ending, but when you think about it, it works. Because readers of this series have 700 chapters that chronicle the life and times of Naruto. We've watched him go from being a hated, ostracized, orphan child to being the Hokage of the very same village that hated him. The small, newborn child who lost both his mother and father mere minutes after his birth is now a man with a wife and 2 children. For many people, the story of Naruto fills them with hope. However, it is because Naruto was once that orphan child and is now a father who is tasked with a lot of responsibility that we must ask, is Naruto Uzumaki a bad father? In today's Naruto discussion, I plan to look at just that. Now, terrible fathers in Shonen series are nothing new. Dragon Ball, Hunter x Hunter, Fairy Tail, and more have seen their fair share of questionable fathers. Hell, in Naruto, it can be argued that Naruto and Sasuke themselves are both bad fathers. I've already addressed whether or not Sasuke Uchiha is a bad father, which leaves us with his rival Naruto. While it is really easy to say that Naruto is indeed a bad father, I disagree wholeheartedly. It is true that Naruto can make many shadow clones to take out the day-to-day responsibilities of being the Hokage while taking out more time to be in his children's lives. I don't think it's fair to hold this against Naruto. As we saw in the Boruto movie, even Naruto has his limits of using shadow clones in massive numbers for a prolonged period of time, day in and day out, on top of working himself for long hours with next to no sleep. The sad truth is that it isn't fair to call Naruto a bad father because he's still learning what it means to be a father himself. The guy grew up without either of his parents and had to look at various other male figures to learn what it means to be a man. Characters like Iruka, Kakashi, the ramen guy, Sarutobi, and Jiraiya showed Naruto that as he matured that there are certain things that a man must do. Iruka and the ramen guy showed Naruto his first real acts of kindness. Kakashi guided him while also enabling Naruto to continue to act in the same goofy, childlike manner that Naruto Uzumaki had while allowing him to find his own path in life. Jiraiya showed Naruto that it is possible to be affectionate towards someone while also being quite stern with them. However, for all these men's good intentions, none of them were Naruto's real father, which cannot be substituted. For most of Naruto's life, whenever he went home to nothing. Just let that sink in. There was no one waiting for him to ask him how his day went, to give him advice, to make him feel wanted, to make him feel loved. It is a very hard transition to go from being on your own to having a wife and having 2 small children who depend on you. Sure, Naruto did have a few years, up to 3 years of Himawari's life where he wasn't bogged down with the responsibility of being Hokage, where he could learn to be both a husband and a father, but that isn't something that you learn overnight. Any first-time parent will tell you that being a parent is a continual learning process. There is literally something new that you must learn about being a parent each day because your children have their own personalities while also embodying both the good and bad of yourself. When you factor in Naruto not only was going on high-ranking missions that would take him away from the village for prolonged periods of time, he never really had much time to learn how to be a father. The moment that Naruto was back in the village, before he became Hokage, he not only had a wife and children, but he had his own responsibilities in the village that needed to be attended to. Naruto during his downtime was forced to teach at the academy. Tsunade and Kakashi both mentored him to help him on the path to becoming the 7th Hokage. And when Kakashi finally began the transition of power during his term as the 6th Hokage to prepare Naruto to become the 7th, the amount of responsibility Naruto took on increased dramatically as Naruto would have to sit in more and more meetings as the Hokage. Even by the events of chapter 700, you have Guy asking Kakashi if Naruto is truly ready to be left alone to handle a 5 Kage meeting on his own, which implies that there are still things about being Hokage that Naruto still is learning, though it should be worth noting that Kakashi did feel confident enough in Naruto's capabilities that he and Guy went off to the hot springs accompanied by Mirai, the daughter of Asuma. Naruto was more like Minato than some fans would like to admit. Both men were men who chose to put the village above the needs of their own family and their own desires to be with their family. Minato chose to die for the sake of keeping the tailed beast balance between nations. He did not have to die. When you go back and look at the Naruto series, Kushina was willing to drag the Kyuubi with her into death. Also, Minato could live to raise their son, and yet Minato still chose to die because forsaking the village, in his own words, is the same as forsaking his child. Naruto, in a less dramatic fashion, has chosen a very similar path. While he hasn't given up his life for his son or given up his life for his village, he could lighten up on his duties as Hokage to be there with his children, but there are thousands of people in the village who depend on him and depend on his leadership, which is why we have moments like we have in the Boruto movie where Naruto collapsed due to the physical and emotional exhaustion of juggling both his roles as being a father and being a Hokage while looking up at the picture of his father, who was never there for him when Naruto was growing up. It's no easy task being Naruto Uzumaki, the man, the husband, or the father. So what do you guys think? Do you still think Naruto is a bad father? Let me know down in the comment section below. Thanks so much for watching. Have an awesome day, guys.